It is not uncommon for people to sell houses to their children or other family members. When engaging in a real estate transaction of this nature, it's really important for all parties to understand what a gift of equity is and how it could be beneficial. For example, say you're nearing retirement, the children are grown, and you have no use for the big house that you've been living in. Say this house has a market value of $250,000, but you're selling it to your child. You want to help them get started, give them some financial security that homeownership can provide, and you sell it to them. And all you need to do is pay off your mortgage to make it work. You're not looking to walk away with any additional cash in your pocket. So in this scenario, the house is worth $250,000. Say there's a $200,000 balance on the mortgage. The natural thought is to sell the house for $200,000. You can do that, but your kid, the buyer, is going to need to come up with a 3 or 5% down payment typically if they're using conventional financing. Plus, they have to address closing costs. Even if they have this money available to them, they probably want to keep it liquid so that after they buy the house, they can make it their own. They can buy new furniture, they can paint, they can do some minor renovations. In other words, in a lot of cases, this money could be better spent making the house their own versus putting it into a down payment. That's where a gift of equity comes into play. Instead of listing the purchase price as $200,000, you list the purchase price at fair market value, $250,000, and you're not walking away with a $50,000 profit, but rather you're going to gift that to your kid, the buyer. You net $200,000, pay off the mortgage, and you gift them $50,000 in equity. This serves as a 20% down payment, eliminating the need for mortgage insurance and also giving them better terms on their mortgage overall. So in this case, it's a win-win because mom and dad walk away with what they need. Kid doesn't have to part with their life savings, and it's all done on paper. The other benefit to this is that if there's a $200,000 sale, that's going to possibly bring down the value of all other houses in that neighborhood, because if an appraiser sees that this house that's been well maintained and is in good condition only sold for $200,000, they're going to scratch their head and consider that when looking at other properties in the neighborhood. By selling it at full market value, you're not bringing down the rest of your neighbors. This was a super simplified example. There are a lot of nuances that go into selling property. There are other costs for sellers beyond paying off the mortgage balance, but this is just to give you an idea of what it would look like. Consult a CPA if you have questions about tax implications. That's not my lane. I'm not an accountant, so I'm not able to answer those questions. But if you have any questions about how to structure a purchase contract or to find out how using a gift of equity could benefit you, call me up. I would love to help you.